Good morning. I'm Monisha of Class 9 from Vedavalli Vidyalaya. I'll be taking you through our 75th Independence Day celebrations. We do not realize the values of many gifts we are blessed with until we lose it, even if temporarily. The last 18 months have truly taught us the value of our freedom in its true form. Cut off from outdoor activities, restricted from meeting family and friends, playing and picnicking. It was suffocating. This experience has made us realize the value of our freedom. Our nation got 75 years ago, and the sacrifices made by our elders for getting this freedom. Our freedom was curtailed in lockdown, has led us to have the recorded version of celebrations last year. Today, we would like to share our Independence Day celebrations through live stream with the efforts of Vedavalli team. We appreciate and welcome you all on this special occasion. Let's hope to be completely free from this pandemic and enjoy our freedom in the years to come. Before we commence today's program, let's have Divya Lakshmi and Sandhya to sing the prayer song and the school song.
புரிவாய் கருணை கடலே ஆருயிர் அனைத்தும் அமர வாழ்வு பிறவி அருள் புரிவாய் கருணை கடலே பரிபூர்ண சதானந்த வாரியே பரிபூர்ண சதானந்த வாரியே பக்தரட்சகனே பரமா கருணை கரணி அருணோதயம் ஆத்ம சாந்தியும் அறிவுடை செல்வமும் திருவும் தருவாய் அருணோதயம் ஆத்ம சாந்தியும் அறிவுடை செல்வமும் திருவும் தருவாய் தருமபயே வாழும் தருண மாமழையே தருமபயே வாழும் தருண மாமழையே தன் குளம் எங்கிலும் மங்களம் பொங்கவே அருள் புரிவாய் கருணை கடலே ஆருயிர் அனைத்தும் அமர வாழ்வு பெறவே அருள் புரிவாய் கருணை கடலே குரு பிரம்மா குரு விஷ்ணு குரு தேவோ மகேஸ்வரः குரு சாக்ஷாத் பரபிரம்ம தஸ்மை ஸ்ரீ குரவே நமः
India is the cradle of civilization, the birthplace of human speech, the mother of history. The Indian flag is the symbol of our freedom, national pride, and history. This tricolor glory will be hosted in Vedavalli Vidyalaya Valajapet campus by our alumni Mr. Srihans, who is an MBA graduate and pursuing his own business, and our alumnus Ms. Kausanisa, an optometrist, will hoist our national flag in Ranipet campus. On behalf of our audience, we have Advita to sing the flag song.
हमारा विजयी विश्व तिरंगा प्यारा, झंडा ऊंचा रहे हमारा, सदा शक्ति सरसाने वाला, प्रेम सुधा बरसाने वाला, वीरों को हर्षाने वाला, मातृभूमि का तन मन सारा, झंडा ऊंचा रहे हमारा.
An oath is a way to make us aware of our duties towards our nation. So I would like to call Samyukta of class 12 to lead us with the pledge.
India is my country.
India is my country.
All Indians are my
All Indians are my
brothers and sisters.
brothers and sisters.
I love my country
I love my country
and I am
and I am
proud of it,
proud of it,
rich and varied heritage.
rich and varied.
I shall always strive to be
I shall always try to be
worthy of it.
worthy of it.
I shall give my
I shall give my
parents,
parents,
teachers,
teachers,
and all elders
and all elders
respect
respect
and treat everyone
and treat everyone
with courtesy.
with courtesy.
To my country
To my country
and my people,
and my people,
I pledge my devotion
I pledge my devotion.
in their well-being and prosperity alone
In the well-being and prosperity alone
lies my happiness.
lies my happiness.
Order.
Silambam is an ancient martial art form of India. This was patronized by our ancient Chera, Chola, and Pandya kings of South India during the Sangam period. Let's watch my friends Janavi, Jayashree, Lokantan, and Darshashan perform Silambam. Karate is a Japanese martial art form whose physical aspect seeks the development of defensive and counter-attacking body movements. Here is a glimpse of karate techniques by Ananda Krishna and Abhinav Balaji. The chief guest of the day is Miss Shilpa Mudbi Kothakota, a singer and a folk artist. Let's watch an interaction of our chief guest with the students of class 8 and 9 followed by our performance. Akshaya Shankar will now introduce our chief guest.
I'm happy to welcome our chief guest, Ms. Shilpa Mudbi Kothakota, who has been instrumental behind the Urban Folk Project. Through this project, Ms. Shilpa and her team have worked with single-minded focus to keep the almost forgotten folk art forms alive using the power of social media. She was recently appointed as a member of Janapada Academy, an university of the government of Karnataka, dedicated exclusively to the study and research of folklore. She not merely practices the folk music of Jogatis in North Karnataka, but breathes it every day. Multi-talented Shilpa is also a theatre actor, vocalist, and an administrator. She loves to play ancient instruments such as chauti, shruti, and tuntuni. Here is to Ms. Shilpa Mudbi, folk artist and a singer. We are extremely happy to have you with us today.
I'm Swaranjali. My question to you is, who is the most inspiring person in your family?
I have two very inspiring people. Of course, I love everyone in my family, especially my mom and my dad and my grandparents. But I think the most inspiring person growing up would have to be my father. He grew up in a village. His parents, that is my grandparents, were farmers. They didn't have any money to put him into school, so he went to a school, and because he was a Dalit child, he was a lower caste person. He was not allowed in school. He used to sit outside his classrooms and study. And then he grew up. He wrote his exams, he studied very hard, and he became an IAS officer. So, growing up, I think my father was the most inspiring person to me. My grandmother slowly became very inspiring to me because she came from our culture. She came from the village. So I think my grandmother slowly became an inspiring person. And I just don't mean because my grandmother is oh so beautiful and oh so wonderful and oh so lovely. She is all those things. She is also very mean sometimes. Like you are with your family members, right? You fight with your mummy, you fight with your ajji, and your ajji will be like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Don't wear this, don't say that. And of course, I have a lot of fights with my grandmother, but she symbolizes, she is a person who stands for our ancestral culture for me.
Hi ma'am, I am S. Girijesh. What sort of student were you at your school, ma'am?
Girijesh, I think as a student when I was very, very young, I was good at arts. I loved painting. I loved doing things with colors. So I was very focused in school. So my teachers thought I was a diligent child. I was a quiet child. But then the arts went away in our school. Like we did lesser and lesser art as we grew up. By the time we reached 5th standard or 6th standard, we didn't have anything but like little bit of knitting or something like that. Some crochet and some very basic things. So I think I became a little rebellious. I was an extremely naughty student in school. I was much better in primary, but as I got to high school, I think I was unmanageable and my teachers didn't like me too much. But now when I go back and I tell them that all that naughtiness resulted to something, they feel like, yeah, I mean, it was worth investing in a naughty child. We have the energy to ask questions. We have the energy to go against the rules and see why not, what is possible. So not all kids who are naughty in school or who are not good in studies didn't turn out well. Yes, school is very important, but what's more important is that you understand your teachers. You're nice to your classmates. You make good friends that last you a lifetime. Enjoy it while it lasts. I hope all of you all have many, many friends.
Happy morning, ma'am. I am Jagannath.
Happy morning.
How are you, ma'am?
I am good, Jagannath. I'm good.
Ma'am, what was your first success that gave you the confidence that you are doing the right thing, ma'am?
So the first time I recorded one of my grandmother's folk songs and put it up online, I got so much of a positive response. I didn't know people were looking for it even. I didn't know people were interested in these things. So when I took so it was World Music Day, I think, about 4 years ago. It was like a small clip. I sang a Shrimanta song. You know, when your mummies get pregnant, during the 7th month, they have a ceremony. Okay. So I sang, I'd heard this song. Ajji used to sing it all the time. And so I used to listen to it. I knew how to sing it. So I recorded that and said Happy World Music Day and I put it up online. And I got so many friends saying, where is this song from? It is so beautiful and we've never heard. And I was thinking, something in our households, what our mothers do, what happens in our temples is our true culture. Then when I found that singing my grandmother's song gets me so much attention, I imagined how many grandmothers there are in the world whose children are not learning their songs. Right? There is so much a flow of information. And where did your grandmother learn that song? From her mother or her grandmother or her atte or her nadni or somebody, right? So that continuation of the flow suddenly gets broken because we choose not to learn it. And suddenly you'll be like, I don't like it. Some rubbish keep singing. I don't like it. You're not even listening to what it is saying. What are the lyrics saying? Where is it coming from? Like there is this song, Jagannath, my grandmummy sings, Baragina bana madi balage vattala thumbi. Baragina bana actually translates to proso millet. Proso millet is something that is like a superfood today. If you go on Amazon, you can get 500 grams or 1 kilo of proso millet for like some 400 rupees. But it was the only grass that grew in this region where my grandmother was born. In her song, in the lullaby that she used to sing to us, I realized through that lullaby, I'm getting information about her childhood. I know as children, we don't care too much about what happened in the past. But as we grow up more and more, the world seems like it needs more energy, good energy. And that good energy doesn't come from money, doesn't come from a glass building. It comes from your heart. It comes from your voice. It comes from your smile. It comes from how you treat someone, how you invite someone, how you sing to them, how you sing with them.
Ma'am, my next question to you is, can you tell the interesting version of the story you have heard, and why do you feel it's different from others?
Summary of the story is this. And the story also changes, by the way. There are Renuka Yellamma story. There are thousands of versions. There is a Renuka temple in Kashmir, and there is a Renuka temple in Sri Lanka. There are hundreds of them in South India. There are probably thousands in between these 2 points. Everywhere the story becomes different, but the key things that don't change in the story, I will tell you. There is Parshurama. Parshurama is Punda Parshurama. He is Prachanda. He is so masculine. His mustache is so big. His chest is so wide. He's an amazing boy. Then he has a mother. His mother is Renuka. Renuka Yellamma in some places, but Renuka something else. She also has variations of name, but Renuka is a common name that we associate to Parshurama's mother. She is married to Jamadagni. Jamadagni, Parshurama and Renuka, all different communities, so to speak. He's a priest class man, Jamadagni, very smart, very intelligent, super meditator, whatever. And Renuka is like a Kshatriya, at least in some versions of the story here in North Karnataka. Most versions of the story here in North Karnataka, she's a Kshatriya. And this fellow is a hybrid, Parshurama. Right? He's half a half. So he has the best or worst of both worlds in him. So the main story is about, there is a Renuka Purana and there's a Parshurama Purana. Most people within the main Hindu sects believe that Parshurama is like this ultimate god who created Kerala, who created Kalari, who created all these wonderful things, martial arts. But his mother is sidelined. Our deities in South India mostly are female deities. Matangi, Ambabai, Mariamma, Bagamma, like you name it, there are hundreds of Ammans that are in this region, which I believe historically is the first layer of history. We come from a land of goddesses, not gods. That's why no matter what village you go to in India, you will always find an Amman temple. There is no village in India, I would say, which does not have an Amman temple. It will be a small temple. She'll be in the beginning or end of the village, outside the village sometimes, but she will be there like one bodyguard. She's always there. All of us. She is an echo of what women's lives have been in our life. That's what fascinates me to this story. That every time I see a version, that version reflects the people who are telling that version. If one community is telling this story, that community would have taken that story, made it their own, introduced their own identity, their own problems, what has happened to their women, it will go into that story. So a folk story is not a story that is immovable. It is not like your Panchatantra story. You open it, those are the lines. No matter how many versions of that story you see, the plot will remain the same. In a folk myth, that's not the case. The folk tale will travel. Somewhere people will ask, but why didn't she do this? But why did Shiva give her this? But then that question will be answered. That community will answer it in their own way, and the story moves on. So that's why there are thousands of versions, and every version is special. Every version is real. Every version is an original. There is no the original. Every story is the original.
Hi, ma'am. My next question to you is, which is your all-time favorite song, and can you sing that for us, ma'am?
It's that lullaby that I spoke to you about, guys. My grandmother sings this lullaby. This is a shruti, in case I haven't shown it to you all. This is the other instrument. It's the pair instrument. This, again, is leather on the bottom. You see there's money in it. Usually I get people putting money in it as well. Baragina banamadi belagi vatala tummi baragina banamadi belagi vatala tummi tuta madi unu andara hata madi hogtala jo 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 tuta madi unu andara hata madi hogtala jo 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 jo. I made a little porridge of proso millet and I filled it in a bowl. And I tried to feed it to my baby girl, and she is very stubborn. She says no and walks away. Kulai kunchige adaka holasida mutta. Kulai kunchige adaka holasida mutta. ಕಟ್ಕೊಂಡೆ ಆಡಂದರ ಸೆಟ್ಕೊಂಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾಳ ಜೋ 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 ಕಟ್ಕೊಂಡೆ ಆಡಂದರ ಸೆಟ್ಕೊಂಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾಳ ಜೋ 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 ಜೋ. There is a little bonnet. Bonnet is like those little baby caps that we make. I made a little cap for her and I took 2 pearls and I stitched it on the sides. I'm asking her, please wear it and then go to play. She's like, no, I don't like it. Jo, 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 jo. ನೀರಾಗ ನಳ ನೋಡಿ ಸೂರ್ಯ ಚಂದ್ರಮ ಬೇಡಿ. ನೀರಾಗ ನಳ ನೋಡಿ ಸೂರ್ಯ ಚಂದ್ರಮ ಬೇಡಿ. ಅದರಂತ ತಾಯಿ ಬೇಡಿ ಬೋರಾಡಿ ಅಳತಾಳ ಜೋ 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 ಜೋ. This last one basically means she sees the reflection of the sun and the moon in the water. And she wants her mummy to be just like that. Like a sun or a moon. And because she doesn't find me that way, she's crying. She is throwing a tantrum and she is crying. Jo, 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 jo. I leave you with this lullaby because lullabies are something so special. They're sung to you even before you have memory of it sometimes. But you found sleep, you found peace because of your mother's voice, your aunt's voice, your grandmother's voice. And those are very powerful moments. And I hope you can go back home today and ask your mums and your grandmoms what are the lullabies they sang to you. Okay.
The first song that I'd like to teach you is Siriya Tannire. Siriya Tannire is a baby shower song. So in all our cultures in Indian, in this country, in the Indian context, we have this little ceremony that we do for women when they are about to give birth to babies. It actually happens in baby showers. We invite our families and we say there is a woman who is about to give birth. So let's help her. Let's aid her do this well, because that child is not just going to belong to her and her father, and the child's father, but the child will belong to the entire community. So this song, Siriya Tannire, is basically that. And it goes like this. Siriya Tannire, nariga udasire. Siriya Tannire, nariga udasire. ಮುತ್ತೈದರುಡ ತುಂಬ್ಯಾರ ಹಿಂಗನ ಮನ ರಂಗ ಯಾತಕ ಬಾರದ ಹಿಂಗನ ಮನ ರಂಗ ಯಾತಕ ಬಾರದ ರಂಗ ಯಾತಕ ಬಾರದೆ ತಿಂಗಳಾಯಿತೆ ಪೂರ ರಂಗಾಯಾತಕ ಬಾರದೆ ತಿಂಗಳಾಯಿತೆ ಪೂರ ಬೆಳದಿಂಗಳ ಬಿಸಲಾಯಿತೆ ಹಿಂಗನ ಮನ ರಂಗಾಯಾತಕ ಬಾರದ ಹಿಂಗನ ಮನ ರಂಗಾಯಾತಕ ಬಾರದ. ಸಿರಿಯ ತನ್ನೀರೆ ನಾರಿಗ ಉಡಸಿರೆ. Siriya Tannire, bring that sari. Nariga udasire, let's drape it on this nari. Muttaideruda thumbyara. What is uda? Ude or udi or uda is the excess of your pallu. So when you turn your pallu around, if that's your pallu and you turn it around, you can make like an opening in it, and this is udi. You ask someone, this is how you usually ask, put it in my udi. So women come, bring the sari, deck up this child, deck up this woman, and give her in her udi, in her sari, give her presents. Siriya Tannire, ನಾರಿಗ ಉಡ ಸೀರೆ ಮುತ್ತೈದೆರುಡ ತುಂಬ್ಯಾರ ಹಿಂಗನ ಮನ ರಂಗಾಯಾತಕ ಬಾರದ. The last line, since hingana mana, in this thought, what everyone is thinking is Ranga Yataka Barade. That is Ranga, your god Ranga. Yataka Barade. Ranga or Krishna, or these are different names for this baby Krishna. Yeah. So Ranga Yataka Barade. Why hasn't Krishna come yet? Why hasn't Ranga come yet? And you follow that up. That's the first verse. And there are two verses there, couplets. They kind of come together. So in the first one, you have, let's bring her a sari. This can be changed. As the song continues, depending on what you're getting for the woman, you can add it in there. Say, for example, Baliyata nire nariga toda sire. After sari, maybe you will give her also jewelry, right? Muttin sarata nire, haul sarata nire, or baul sarata nire. Whatever sara or whatever garland or whatever necklace she's wearing or she's being gifted, you can add that into the song. This is the case of so many folk songs. You have space for you to customize it. And the second bit goes like this. Rangayataka barade tingalayite pura beladingala bisalayite hingana mana Rangayataka barade. I will sing it to you once more so you can sing along with me. Siriyata nire nariga buda sire. Siriyata nire nariga buda sire. Muttaiderudu ತುಂಬ್ಯಾರ ಹಿಂಗನ ಮನ ರಂಗಾಯಾತಕ ಬಾರದೆ ಹಿಂಗನ ಮನ ರಂಗಾಯಾತಕ ಬಾರದೆ. I hope you enjoy learning this song. Feel free to always translate the song to the language that you speak. Folk songs have no copyrights. This really tiny song is a different kind of a format. The first format had 2 verses, a couplet, and somewhere in between we gave some space for you to add more about different things that you're bringing the woman in the baby shower song. This second one is 4 lines and it goes like this. Bandara bara hela Sundara suganaka Rangatayi tada ye Guru Raya Ranga malo mein pani kyun aaya Kingari malo mein kingari bajaya. It goes something like this. So what is the meaning? Some fun things happen in there. One is that you will notice this style of pulling something really long. Ranga malo mein pani kyun aaya. What this little elongation at the end of the line does is that everyone kind of catches up. It's basically easy for groups to sing like this. And the other thing that I wanted to point out is that there are 2 languages here. I hope you noticed. They're just 4 lines, but the first 2 lines are in one language and next 2 lines are in different language. So let's understand the meaning. Bandara bara hela. Whoever wants to come, have them come. Sundara suganaka. Sundara suganaka. To this beautiful moment, have them come. Rangatayi tada ye Guru Raya. Rangatayi tada. Ranga, the God above us, has put together this moment. Kattu kottana, like he has put together this moment. Rangatayi tada ye Guru Raya. You're asking that Guru Raya, you're asking that Guru that god shift language and it goes into Ranga malo mein pani kyun aaya. Why did the clouds have rain in them or water in them? Aya jogi. They even say this sometimes. Aya jogi. Malo mein kingari bajaya. Kingari is an instrument. So in this other language, we are asking, Ranga, why did it start raining? If this moment was so beautiful and everyone's coming together, why is it raining? Malo mein kingari bajaya. Who played this instrument in the clouds? Let's talk about this a little. And of course, you can add as and when, depending on what language you speak, you can use that language and add to the song. For example, Vedavalli Schoolinaga ಹುಡುಗರು ಕುಂತ ಕೇಳುತ್ತಾರ ರಂಗ ತಾಯಿ ತದಾಯೇ ಗುರುರಾಯ. You can either say Ranga malo mein pani kyun aaya or you can change it to your language. ರಂಗ ಮಳಿ ಯಾಕ ಬಂತ ಹಿಂಗ ಮುಡದಾಗ ಯಾರೋ ಕಿಂಗರಿ ಬಾರಸಿದಂಗ. So what I actually did the same words, Ranga malo mein pani kyun aaya, and I translated it into Kannada. Now you can do something else with it as well. Vedavalli Schoolinaga, in the school, Vedavalli, huduguru kuntu kelutara, the children sit and listen. And then I'm saying, but Ranga, why did it rain? You can also say, sports time banta, hudugara kaitara, ಫೀಲ್ಡಿಗೆ ಯಾವಾಗ ಹೋಗರಿ ಅಂತ. In the second version, I said they're all waiting for the sports timetable to begin, and they all want to be out in the field, and they are asking, when do we get to the field? Yeah, this is something that I just made up now to show you that you can. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's about you trying to fit your thoughts into a tune. Our older generation did this so simply. They didn't make a difference between this is talking, this is singing, this is speech, this is scolding. They could do everything with a little bit of music in it. Music would move in and out of what they said and did. And that's the beauty of those olden times. Maybe we can't create those times, but what these songs do is make us remember how simple life was, how hard life was, how unjust it was sometimes, how wonderfully rooted it was. And I hope you really enjoy this song. And like I said for the previous song, try and make them your own. Thank you so much, teachers of Vedavalli, for having given me this opportunity to be able to speak to the children and teach them something that I know. With that, I wish you all a very, very happy Independence Day. It's a very important day for us and our country. And with a lot of hope in my heart, I wish you, the future generation of this country, to grow and blossom and love the music that you all have come from. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Shilpa Mudbi, for your wonderful performance and the thoughts you shared with us. Vande Mataram, an ode to the motherland, was a source of inspiration to the people during their struggle for freedom. Let's remember those moments with the musical piece played by my friends. We have Manas and Arjun playing Mridangam, Kripa on sitar, Aksha playing Veena, Pratham on violin, and Balaji playing keyboard. Creative minds are always recognized and fostered at Vedavalli. Let's witness the magazine release from class 6 to class 12. The magazine is a collection of poetry, artworks, articles, puzzles, and riddles of our students based on a particular theme such as Beautiful India for class 6, Arts of Music for class 7, Achievements of India for class 8, Positivity in COVID for class 9, Techno Smart for class 10, Inspira for class 11, and Explore the Unexplored for class 12. I'm sure you will enjoy watching it. We thank our chief guest for spending her time with us. We also thank Ms. Lakshmi, Ms. Kalaivani, Ms. Nirmala, and Ms. Seema for coordinating this program. We also thank our technical team, Ms. Purnima, Ms. Jeevita, and Mr. Lokesh from Lapis Group for their extensive technical support. We also thank RTCL for providing space and facilities. Finally, we thank the wonderful virtual audience. Jai Hind, keep bringing glory to this wonderful nation. Now I request everyone to rise up for the national anthem sung by Ashita.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नाम जागे